Does your OCD make you touch things or tap things or people? We're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels. I'm a therapist. I make videos for people with anxiety or OCD. And today I had gotten a request to make a YouTube video about having to touch things with OCD. And I wanted to add in there having to tap things. And I also want to add in there, it could be people because OCD will tell people to do all sorts of things. And demanding that they touch things or tap things is super common. That's a common compulsion. But it's very much like a fever. It's just a symptom. It doesn't tell you anything about what the core fear is or what the intrusive thought is. It's just the fever. Compulsions, the things that OCD tells you to do, are just symptoms. They're just a fever. You could have a fever because you have this or that or anything, right? So it doesn't tell me much about what the core fear is or what the OCD theme is that's driving it. A lot of times it is, I have to touch this or something bad might happen. Sometimes it could be I have to touch this or it won't feel just right and I'm going to feel uncomfortable. It could be whatever. It could be this is my special number. It doesn't matter. The point is you're going to approach a compulsion in the same way that you would approach any other compulsion. And so don't get too caught up with how do I handle this compulsion or how do I handle this particular intrusive thought or this particular OCD theme. Because when you know the foundation of OCD and the framework of how you approach any OCD theme and any compulsion, it's the same thing no matter what. I teach this in my courses. I have Crushing OCD course for kids and teens that I will leave a link in the notes that you can check out if you're interested at atparentingsurvivalschool.com. But when we have a compulsion in general, I talk about offense and defense, and I talked about that in another video that you can watch. But when we're talking about defense, which is OCD is knocking, and it's like, hey, what are you going to do about it? So OCD says you should tap, you should touch. You need to do that for whatever reason, right? Because that's the intrusive thought part. We're not dealing with that right now. That would be where we're going to develop exposures. We're not dealing with that. But when I'm being bullied or bossed around by OCD to do something, the foundation, the framework of what we do when we have compulsions is we say, okay, this is OCD. OCD's bossing me around. It's telling me to touch this, right? For whatever reason. And I have a choice. I can delay it. Right? I could say, you know what? I know you want me to touch it, but I'm going to wait 5 minutes and then I'm going to see if I still feel like I need to touch it. That's still a win because I'm making OCD wait. Those neural highways are not firing, right? So those neural pathways aren't going like boop, 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 boop. I'm making it delay. It's like boop, and then it's like done, done, done. 5 minutes go by, boop. That's still really good, right? So learn to delay your compulsions. Can I hold off on this for a few minutes and go do something that I care about, something I value, right? And then maybe, oh, can I do it another 5 minutes? Oh, can I do another 5 minutes? Can I just ignore this, right? And it might turn into, I think I can just actually ignore this. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes you'll be like, I'm going to go back and touch that. Okay, but you made OCD wait, and that's impressive, and that's a start, and that's how you build the muscles to get the strength to be able to resist compulsions altogether. Now, as you get more advanced and you start to really build those OCD muscles, you can make this harder for OCD. You can say, OCD says you should touch that or something bad's going to happen. And so you might not touch it. And then you might say, this bad thing is going to happen. It may happen. It may not. I don't know, OCD, but I didn't do what you said. So who knows? We'll have to see. That might be more advanced than you're ready for. But as you build up your skills, you can get to that point where you're like, that's actually not that hard. I think I can kind of poke back at OCD, right? If it's just right OCD, you might just make it not just right. I'm not going to touch that and I'm going to sit with the discomfort on purpose. So learning what OCD wants and giving OCD what it doesn't want is always the best approach. So it's not rocket science. It's just hard to do. And it's hard to do because you have to sit with that discomfort. And when you're sitting with that discomfort, it's not fun. And so it's building your muscles to tolerate that discomfort and not giving what OCD wants so that over time, OCD's like, has a 2-year-old tantrum, and then eventually it's like, I'm just giving up. She's not going to touch that. She's just not going to touch it. And then they move on. They meaning OCD. I guess OCD is plural for some reason. Well, I hope that you find this video helpful. I hope that you find the sparkle in everything you do. And I will be back next Thursday with a new topic. Take care.